Wow, did I launch right into that? Huh, I am still learning. Okay, original screenplay. First and foremost, I'm not sure right off the bat if he's ever won one, but if he hasn't, Quentin Tarantino's overdue. Inglourious Bastards was, if nothing else, original. It's been called a revisionist World War II epic, and revisionist it is. It's not the way you remember World War II going down. Let's put it that way. I liked that screenplay a lot. And almost as much, though, Bob Peterson and Pete Docter's screenplay for Up was probably the single strongest screenplay ever for an animated feature. Maybe Hotaru no Haka, my pick for the greatest animated feature of all time, maybe a better screenplay. I will say this, Up was not only remarkable for what was written, but what was not. The musical montage that runs quickly through Carl Fredrickssen's life and his life with his wife, was, you could say, taken on its own, one of the best short films ever released, had it been released as a short film. And the fact that there was no dialogue spoken during that montage was just all the more impressive. And that is part of the screenplay, and I give them props for that. Away We Go, once again, Dave Eggers, he had one heck of a year, not only Where the Wild Things Are, but he and his wife Vandella Vita wrote Away We Go. Criminally underrated movie, very well written. Another lovely little film in roughly the same vein, but a little more upbeat. Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber, having some dyslexia on those names. 500 Days of Summer was a lovely, very, very original. No, I can't say that. I'm sorry. It is an original screenplay. But after watching the movie, I turned to my bud, who we were watching the movie together, and I asked him, I was like, you know what? He asked me what movie that reminded me of, and I'm like, that is a latter-day, warmer, kinder, gentler, warmer and fuzzier Annie Hall. And he's like, yeah, it really is. It is an original take on the same basic plot of Annie Hall. So, it may not be the most original screenplay, but it's well done, and I give them props, and whatever category they are nominated for, they deserve it. 500 Days of Summer is almost guaranteed to get a token nod as a screenplay, and probably nothing else, which is a shame, but it's probably the way it's going to go. And then, I'm a Coen Brothers fan. I admit A Serious Man is not their strongest screenplay, but it's really good. It had some strange moments. The ending was even more ambiguous than No Country for Old Men. It was a ending. And the beginning was even more of a beginning. It starts with a Dybbuk, which is some Jewish rite that I'm not too familiar with, and then goes into a totally unrelated movie. I never caught the connection. Maybe if I see the movie again, I'll get it. But the movie is, and this one's also debatable as far as original versus adapted, because supposedly it's a take on the Book of Job. I'm going to count it as original. But anyway, the other original ones that were definitely Oscar caliber, the other one, Mark Bowl for The Hurt Locker. Excellent screenplay. The other solid ones, Judd Apatow for Funny People, James Cameron for Avatar, Pedro Almodovar for Los Abrazos Rotos, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick for Zombieland, Ricky Gervais and Matthew Robinson for The Invention of Lying, Hayao Miyazaki for Ponyo, John Hamburg and Larry Levin for I Love You Man, John Lucas and Scott Moore for The Hangover. All excellent films. Very, very well done. I would also give a shout out real quick to Das Weiss Bond, Jennifer's Body, Paranormal Activity, and Monsters vs. Aliens. Excellent films, all of them, well written. And next I will get to the... I'm a little distracted here at the moment. I have to cut this one short. I'll do a quick one on director, and then... I'll do the acting one.